My name is Jonathan Fernandez. All teachers have different teaching styles that are solely based on what educational philosophy they follow. Have you ever wondered why all teachers teach differently? Well, after this speech, you will know the 5 main educational philosophies and which one best fits my teaching style. I believe it is important to know and understand the different educational philosophies that teachers use, because then you can decide which best fits your style of learning. First, I'll introduce the educational philosophies. Then I will describe each using definitions and examples. Then I will tell you my educational philosophy and why I chose that one. But what is an educational philosophy? An educational philosophy is a personal statement that a teacher stands by based on what they believe the purpose of school is. There are 2 categories that these educational philosophies can fall into: teacher-centered and student-centered. Student-centered philosophies is the importance of transferring knowledge from the older generation to the newer generation. This is essentialism and perennialism. Student-centered philosophies are less authoritarian, less concerned with the past and training the mind, but more focused on individual needs, contemporary relevance, and preparing students for a changing future. This is progressivism, social reconstructivism, and existentialism. Now I'm going to talk about the 5 philosophies. Essentialism, which is teacher-centered, teaches students the accumulated knowledge of our civilization through the core courses and traditional disciplines. These are math, science, history, foreign language, and literacy. These form the foundations of a curriculum, which are known as the core curriculum. Number 2 is perennialism. This is also teacher-centered. Perennialism is a cousin to essentialism. Both advocate for teacher-centered classrooms. Both tolerate very little flexibility in the curriculum. Both implement rigorous and structured standards, and both aim to sharpen the students' intellectual powers and enhance their moral qualities. But what is the difference? The difference is that perennialists organize their ideas around books, ideas, and concepts, and criticize essentialists for the vast amount of information they expect their students to retain. Students in a perennialist classroom spend more time and energy trying to learn the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. The third one is progressivism. This one is student-centered. Progressivism organizes schools around the concerns, the curiosities, and the real world experience that their students are involved in. The progressivist teacher facilitates learning through the students by formulating meaningful questions and devising strategies to answer those questions. John Dewey, who is a reformer with a background of philosophy and psychology, taught people that people learn best through social interaction from the real world. Dewey saw an opportunity to learn how to apply their experiences in a new way using a scientific method he created that included 5 steps. Step 1, becoming aware of a problem. Step 2, being able to define the problem. Step 3, propose various hypotheses to solve it. Step 4, examine each consequence for each hypothesis in light of reflecting back on past experiences. And 5, test the most likely solution. The 4th one is social reconstructivism. This one is student-centered. This one encourages schools, teachers, and students to focus their studies and their energies on alleviating the pervasive social inequities such as racism and sexism, etc., and to reconstruct the society into a more just social order. The social reconstructive classroom teacher creates lessons that both intellectually inform and emotionally stir the students about the inequities around them. But lastly, existentialism, which is also student-centered, puts the highest priority on the students directing their own lives and what they want to learn. They believe that the purpose of educating is to help children find the meaning and direction of their own lives and what they want to do. Those are the 5 educational philosophies. Of those 5, here's the combination that I found that best fits my teaching style. My educational philosophy consists primarily of progressivism and existentialism. I believe the purpose of school is to teach the students how to problem solve and be able to have the skills that are needed to succeed in the real world. So by now, I hope that you are able to determine which educational philosophy best fits your style of learning. Was it essentialism, perennialism, progressivism, social reconstructivism, or existentialism? Now, teachers use more of these than just 5 to practice in the classroom, which determines how they teach. If you had known these 5 educational philosophies before, would you have had a different experience in school?